I'm Elaine.
And I'm Rachel.
And welcome to
Legs Out, and away we go.
This is the podcast where we tell you about Formula One our way. The races, the cars, the drivers. We are obsessed.
And here's why you should be too.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi, Ross.
Hi, ladies.
How you doing today?
Good. Glad to be here.
Good.
Yay. This is your second time on with us.
Second time. I'm honored.
Before, you didn't have your own podcast, but you now have your own podcast.
I do, and I completely empathize with all these struggles that everyone has gone through, and completely understand.
Yes, before you get a fancy intro today, we, as any other podcaster who's ever listened knows, we've had several rounds of technical difficulties, but we're just glad we can all hear each other. You guys can hear us. It's going to be fun. To officially intro to our listeners, Ross Smith, we have with us, official title, the Deputy Chief Scrutineer, the United States Grand Prix, and many other races, including MotoGP, WEC. You do all the fancy things. You're a host of Garage One podcast with your co-host Sahir, who's wonderful. Everyone should go listen. We'll have that linked. And then also real estate, and you put on your own car shows, and somehow you've also made time to talk with us. So
what
thanks.
don't you do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Okay, by the way, that's all I have time for. I gotta go.
Oh, great. Thanks.
You had a 15-minute window, and we took 8 of it with mic things. We're gone. Intro, and now we're done.
But yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, something that I have really enjoyed hearing from your podcast is how you guys put on car shows. And that is not part of the car culture that we're a part of as of now in Austin. And it's so well and thriving where you're at.
Very much so. Yeah, Houston has one of the most thriving car cultures, I think, of almost any city in the United States. There's such a diverse mix of folks here, due to the technology, oil industry, all that stuff. And obviously there's quite a bit of money in Houston. So there's lots of hyper and supercars that are there to play with too as well. But we got a great group of folks. Ours is a little bit different because we've kind of taken it back to Cars and Coffee has gotten huge over the U.S., right? Like it seems like everybody and their mother has a meet and all that. And especially with Houston, it gotten a lot politicized and it's a big deal. We've kind of taken it back a couple steps, and it's more about a networking thing for us. So we're hanging out in what Cars and Coffee used to be. So that's kind of our philosophy, and I think that's why we've gone so far so fast.
Nice. I love that.
I think we have you to thank also for expanding our minds in terms of what racing is. It's not just Formula One. It's not just IndyCar. There's so much more.
There's so much good racing out there, and once you start looking at others, you're like, oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. And then you start thinking about how am I going to have the time to watch all of this?
That exactly. Yes. Every time I discover a new series, I'm like, well, number one, where do I watch it and with what time? So that is one of the beauties of social media is I feel like you do get to pop into other series, even if you haven't like committed to fully watching that, you at least get a window into these other amazing things. I want to ask, do you have a favorite model of car that comes to your car shows? Is there one that's like blown you away recently?
That's a really good question. I'm a GM guy. Like it seems like in Texas that you're raised one of the big three. If you're here, you're either Dodge, Chevy, or Ford. One of the three, right? So I was raised GM. Like our family.
I'll try not to hold this against you.
Like we GM, Buick, Cadillac, the whole thing. Like our family had them all. So I own a 2015 Corvette that I drive. I competed in the Camaro Mustang Challenge with NASA, so I drove a Camaro, obviously, in that. But to answer the question, I am obsessed with Lamborghinis. I love Lambos. There's just something about them that's awesome. But I also like Lotus. Lotus is one of my favorite cars ever, especially the Esprit. And if I win the lottery one day, I'll have like 3 or 4 of them. And they're pretty rare, but I love those cars.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. There was a guy driving around Austin in this like really interesting kind of metallic hunter green, and I took a little surreptitious walk around
British
that in the parking
racing
lot.
green.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that is a very distinctive color.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
So I know that Rachel has a few technical questions for you, and we know that you're getting prepared to actually go to the Vegas Grand Prix. Mazel tov on that. I want to know what one moment stands out to you from your time at the USGP. I feel happy that we got to like have a moment with you and have that weird like crowd parting situation. Being the principal, being led through the crowd.
That was a lot of fun. The USGP, I try to stay as neutral as possible, as far as teams are concerned. I have my opinions just like anyone else. But I mean, the USGP, just overall, just being there, just seeing everyone that has come from Texas and all over the place to be there, and that we're on the map, for the U.S. in Austin.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to be there and see the crowd and be a part of it. So I would say that's
come on. But like what garage was the most fun? Give me something.
Okay, so let's run that down real quick. So Williams, ton of fun. Those guys are just so welcoming and such a good crew. Sauber, I don't hang around a lot over there, but they seem like very nice folks. It's interesting because seeing them, I'm going to say this out loud and I'm probably going to get myself in trouble for this, but you can kind of tell that they're the B team. I don't know how to say that nicely. But they're great folks. The Racing Bulls guys are great. Red Bull, the main Red Bull, they're so much fun. But those guys are intense, man. Yeah. You could feel it in the garage. They are just like, they are on it, right? McLaren I think is like the best mix of the two, of being on their game, but also, they're having fun as well, and they're very welcoming. So very, very nice folks. It's hard to put Aston Martin's great, very nice folks as well. Most of the team there is British, but they're, so they're nice folks. It's just a good.
Now you're just being nice.
It's really hard to put a definite one on. Red Bull definitely has the best party atmosphere, especially afterwards. That garage is jamming all the time.
Ross, you met my guy.
Oh yeah, he was a great dude. Very nice.
You met my romance novel man.
Yeah, and he was actually, I hate to break your heart, but he and I were actually going to do a selfie together and like do a little thing for you. But obviously the chaos during the race and all that, we didn't get a chance to, so I'm going to try to hit him up in Vegas.
It's okay. I think she may have perished.
I died.
We would have like laughed. I would be hosting this by myself. Elaine would be gone.
Off screen for some reason.
You killed me.
She fainted into her Max Verstappen flag that's looped over her chair.
It's literally right behind me. I have it at any moment so I can shout my song. Listen, Ross.
Yes, ma'am.
Darling, I need you to do me a favor. If you get to see him again, I would love a selfie.
Hey, you should have heard that conversation go down. I was like, hey, look, I don't normally do this. But would you take a selfie with me for a good girlfriend of mine? And he was like, oh, it's not the first time, dude. Don't worry.
I knew it. You have a deranged girl who really thinks that your neck tattoos are quite delicious. Can you please take a selfie with me?
Hey, you know what? I'm happily married, but he's a fit dude. He's got that good-looking guy.
I see. It's not just girls.
It is funny the broadcasters definitely know which pit crew people to zoom in on.
I was shocked that the internet did not break at that moment. Like, they zoomed in on his face, and I was like, hold the fucking phone right now.
Well, someone that they have a lot of attractive people in the garage is Ferrari, but you've said multiple times that Ferrari is not necessarily the most...
Notice you didn't mention Ferrari.
Harmonious garage you've ever walked by.
They have a certain way of doing things, and again, they're very intense, but they're not as welcoming as some of the other garages. But there are some really nice guys there. They're always good with us. I mean, honestly, they're kind of forced to, but they're always good with us.
You guys are people that you need to be nice to.
Yeah, I mean, they're nice to us.
Yeah. I'm curious, so since you get to talk to so many different people throughout the team environments, have you had a favorite conversation with any team member, like not necessarily in terms of like celebrity, who's the most interesting person you've talked to, but who's been the person who delivered you the most insight?
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I shook hands with Nigel Mansell outside the Ferrari garage.
Wow.
This man was walking into the garage and he looks at me, and of course I'm in all my gear and radios and all that other stuff, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I come in?" I'm like,
Oh,
"You're
please.
Nigel Mansell. You can
Yeah.
do whatever the you want."
Yes, please come in, Nigel.
Pull out a red
"Please,
carpet
please."
for
And he
you.
came
Like,
in and he shook my hand, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, this is one of my personal heroes as far as F1 is concerned, and just one of the nicest human beings." I mean, Gordon Ramsay, I met him a couple of
Yes.
times. Super nice guy. Obviously, he has his. I'm curious what they're going to do with his restaurant after Cadillac comes,
oh, right. Because
Yeah.
he
right?
takes over his own garage area. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. There's been a couple of celebrities over the years that have been a lot of fun. I can't remember the lady's name that, and I'll have to send it to you later. From one of the Saturday Night Live cast was there with her
Neat.
son, and they let
Wow.
her son sit in the car,
Oh,
and she
nice.
was
That's a
flipping
dream.
out. She was just so, and she was everybody thanking everybody, and came over to me. I have nothing to do with the team whatsoever. But she comes over to me. She's like, thank you so much for all this." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, hey, glad to know."
You're so welcome.
You're-
I do
yeah.
look official.
No
That's
problem.
correct.
But yeah, there's been. I mean, actually, the photo of me well, not on me, but Vin Diesel was there on the grid in Miami the first year, and the whole cast of the Fast and Furious was there. And he was funny because he wanted to take a photo, so he hands me his camera, his phone, and says, "Hey, can you take a picture of me and the team, and I'll send you that photo."
Yeah.
And so I took a picture of the team with Vin Diesel's camera and handed it back to him, and one of the team ended up sending the photo to me.
Neat.
So that was a lot of fun. That's kind of bragging rights. I don't have his phone number or anything, but it was
I mean, yeah, the things you could have done with that phone.
right. No kidding. Let me scroll for a second.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Can
Make
you
sure you're
imagine?
framed well in the group, and I'll be looking
Right.
at your phone. It's fine.
It probably
See
would
the
have been.
context in this bad boy on.
Yeah, it might have been a few things you probably don't want to see. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
most likely. I mean, yeah. He's known for being a little bit of a playboy. That might have been interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know. I guess I couldn't,
Hall monitor. It's all
I
right.
don't really
Yeah.
keep up with celebrities until I was like, hey, there are 20 very rich men who drive in circles. Those are now the only celebrities
Yeah.
I care about.
That's all we need.
Oh yeah, and I mean, being able to in this job, being able to meet every driver on the grid I've met so far, and just great folks. I mean, I hung out with in USGP 2 years ago when it was like really stupid hot, like it was 100 and something degrees
Oh, yep.
outside.
Yep.
Me and Danica Patrick were hiding from the sun in one of the offshoot rooms over there. It was blazing hot, so I got to chat with her for a second.
Neat.
I know she receives a lot of hate on some stuff.
Yeah,
but
she
she's
does.
just
Yes.
a really nice human being.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Because, yeah, she's certainly like kind of a divisive personality in the racing culture, but it's
Yeah.
cool to hear that she is nice. That's good.
Yeah.
She is.
I think
She's
she
nice
means
lady.
well.
She does. She 100% does. She's not getting the warmest of reception as a commentator.
No, and also not to bring up things that
Yeah.
got us incensed this week, but Sky Sports very briefly decided to do a women only or for women only
Oh, yeah.
TikTok account called Halo, and they called it Sky Sports Lil Sis. And I will say the female motorsports community was enraged. They did not do a great job, and they very promptly said. Well, I say very promptly. It took them like 6 days of getting absolutely roasted by every female sports fan
Yes.
on the internet. But after that, they wrote a big thing saying, hey, we didn't get this right. Sorry. We may try again.
I
So,
feel
appreciate
like that was the right call, but
Yeah.
also I feel like the response that women gave was what women do best, in which we were extremely snarky. And we spit it back in everyone's face. Did you know about this?
They didn't even just miss the mark. They didn't even hit the dartboard on that. That was,
They were in an
yeah.
entirely different universe. And there are so many creators who are creating specifically for female motorsports fans.
Yes.
And they're doing great.
Sure.
It's not a space
yeah.
that doesn't need to be catered to,
Yes.
but they just they didn't get the tone right at all. And something that I really appreciate for us, for your podcast, there are plenty of people who are just making content for people who care about motorsports. It doesn't matter what you care about.
You guys got to meet the lady from Caroline's Corner while you were there.
Yes,
didn't you?
we did.
She was
She
so
is
great.
the sweetest lady. She
is.
Makes a point of stopping and talking to me.
Oh,
and
amazing.
saying hi. And she's great.
Yeah. We like her a lot. I also do want to give a quick shout out on one of the posts that responded to the Sky Sports little sis bullshit,
Controversy.
whatever it is.
Scandal.
Someone, their handle on Instagram is give them their fury. Give them their fury. Gave us a shout out and said that we were one of the female podcasts that we could listen to.
Yeah.
If you actually wanted to know what women think.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to ask, what prompted you to start your own podcast? Where did that come from?
Well, you guys. Honestly, I mean, y'all are gonna take the blame as well as the kudos.
Oh, it's all glory.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Better world for
we
having
had
Garage
thought-
One.
I had thought about it before, and just I really enjoyed listening to you guys, and just the journey that y'all were on, and I just inspired me to do it as well. So here and I were like, you know what, let's do this. This ought to be fun. I'm still shocked that so many people listen for so many hours to something I have to say, which I am honored and humbled on that. Right?
Yeah.
Very, very grateful for that. And it's just been a ton of fun. It's just been a blast.
Yeah, we feel the same way. We check in with each other every once in a while and we're like, hey, this is still fun, right? Are you still having fun? Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We hate technology, but we love everything else.
Right.
So since I have the ear of such a technically wise person, we're going to take a journey over to Rachel's Tech Corner with guest Ross today.
Right.
And I
This
have
is my
two
favorite place.
Excellent. Elaine
And then
is
I'll
always
lead you
like,
back.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'll lead you back to the 7 circles of hell. It's fine.
Okay, so first of all, something that we can all weigh in on. Audi put out their concept car for their 2026 entry.
Yep.
I think it is plain. Elaine?
Oh, it is. It is. See. I think pretty much everyone in this household agrees with you. Wait,
Okay.
Jason, what do you think?
Audi's livery.
Yeah.
The like half gray, half red.
Yeah.
It's like a McChicken. It's like fair, but it's nothing I'm gonna like.
He called it a McChicken.
Yes.
Oh my
it's
gosh,
like,
that is an awesome
it's passable,
analogy.
but it's nothing I'm writing home about.
Yes. Yes, it is nothing we are writing home about.
Cost to make it spicy, right? Like there's nothing.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even a McSpicy,
Well,
really.
and they could have, like, they don't have any sponsors on it yet. I think they could have really made a very strong Audi. They have such a great legacy in sports. I don't understand why they didn't really send this.
It's almost like when somebody in their marketing department was like, "Oh, it says in the book that you need at least 3 colors in a logo to be interesting." You know,
Yeah.
okay, well
Yeah.
let's do that. And I know once the liveries get on there and all of that stuff, it'll be a lot better. But I am actually a fan of the new rule. I don't know if you guys saw this, that there's a rule
Yeah.
that it has to be covered at least, I think 55% or 45%.
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm
think
going to
it's
look that up real
55%.
fast.
I loved the wild liveries. I love let's make it. I mean, that's one thing I'll give Sauber is they go nutty on
Yes.
the
Go
livery.
Hard.
Yes.
And they have fun with it, for God's sakes. Like they have had some really nice ones with flames and
Yeah.
digitizing and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah,
As it
you're
should
right.
be.
It is a minimum of 55% of the surface area. So we're
Okay.
not going to get all carbon fiber, which has been the, weight saving measures that many of the teams have been
Yeah.
trying to do, which
You know
I
what?
understand. They want to go faster, but also we want to see pretty cars on the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, like, do something.
I'm glad I got that right. They've only sent us 9 copies of the same rule book over the last.
Okay,
Wow.
well, this is actually leading perfectly into one of my questions, which is we know that a lot of things are changing in 2026, not only the formula for the car, but also like the fuel makeup is changing for 2026. How early do you guys get briefed on those changes?
Oh, we started that process probably 6 months ago.
Wow. Okay. So you
months-ish.
very much are seeing way ahead of time so that you can kind of learn what you're going to be needing to mandate in the future?
Yeah, there's nothing official, but we get trickle down stuff. Like we'll hear through the grapevine, through all of our guys that, hey, they're doing this or hey, and doing that. And it's not obviously not going to get finalized till it is, but we'll hear about it way ahead of time.
Cool. Okay. And does this come in do you get just like a fat rule book?
Yeah, no, we get it at the same time the other people get it, honestly. So,
Fancy.
yeah.
That's exciting. Okay, so good to know on that. And then also, I was listening to a podcast from one of my favorite publications, The Race. They do a lot of great technical insights and whatnot, and they were talking about the new Audi entry. And they were talking about that you have a reference engine that each team has to make and then send to the FIA. Have you ever had to check out the reference engine?
No, I am not involved. I'm very much on the business end of that. I get to see the final product. I'd love to be involved in the development side, but no, I don't get to see any of that, unfortunately.
Oh man,
Bummer.
Do you know what portion of the team that's all within FIA? Because you are, correct me if I'm wrong, contractor to the FIA, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I wonder if that is housed in-house. I'm doing a
That
really
that
weird hand
is
gesture.
kept. We're talking government levels of secrecy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like
Wow.
they
Yeah.
have specific people assigned to specific teams to get that information to the FIA, which is only shared within a certain group of people so that no information leaks out. Like they are very serious about that.
I have never been interested in being a spy, like James Bond, all of that. It's fun to watch until I became interested in Formula One. And now
Yeah.
I'm I want to be a spy to just
Right.
understand before so then I can know who I should put my hopes and dreams on for 2026. Maybe that's just being a Ferrari fan. Maybe I need all the advance notice that I can to prepare
So
my heart.
funny, like that. You want to be a fly on the wall, and I feel like we would be flies on the wall on the same place for very different,
Very
reasons.
different reasons. That is true.
Very, very different reasons.
Well, Elaine, do you have anything? So we're really interested in Vegas. So you
Yes.
leave pretty soon.
Okay.
This is my question. What is your schedule like in Vegas?
Well, thankfully it's gotten better. So the race is now 2 hours before that was when it was originally done. That was wild. When that whole thing happened with Carlos Sainz and the manhole
still
thing
mad
and all
about
that,
Yeah, frickin'
which
pothole.
there was a lot of misinformation that came out about that, which really, really bothered me. But what are you going to do? That's the media, right? They just
Yeah.
take it and run with it. Whatever they can will make you click on it. But we were there when that happened till 4 a.m. So, and on track action stopped at midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So
And it's
we were there,
cold.
and then
You're
we had to
freezing.
be back at 5 o'clock the next day
My word.
to be
yeah.
back on.
Which they do house you guys in a nice spot, right? Like you get to at least enjoy a little bit of Vegas.
Yeah, Luxor on the south side of the strip, which is nice. It's a nice hotel. What's really fun is when we get loaded up into buses. Man, you talk about Moses parting the waters.
Yeah.
We go through like we're celebrities. They make a hole for us. It's lots of fun.
That's cool.
But they're very nice facilities out there. Obviously Miami still holds our place in our hearts because we get put up in the suites in the football stadium for that one. But they have very nice facilities. This year it's going to be nice and cool. I'm actually going to have to bring some base layers apparently for the evening race. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So I grew up in New Mexico and I forgot that there is a Las Vegas in New Mexico. And so there was making some rounds around the internet that it was potentially going to snow. And I even got suckered into this that I knew that it wasn't going to stay as a chance of snow, but it was definitely New Mexico. But for a second I was like, well, does Pirelli have snow tires? What do we do? Is this something even more useless than the extreme wets?
Yes.
They will probably be just as useless as the full rain tires.
Yeah. Full wets, full sun.
But can you imagine? I know that Red Bull has done some test show runs. They do all kinds of extreme environments with their no longer on track Red Bull Formula One cars. And so I know they've done stuff in the snow, but
Hilarious.
it would be wild to see F1 cars in the snow. I'm kind of mad that we're not going to get it.
And they keep playing the little clip of them doing the burnout in Caesar's Palace with the old F1 car going through the
Yes.
casino. Can you imagine being in the casino when that's
No.
Especially if you are not at all aware of like what this thing is, and all of a sudden you hear this scream.
Yeah, the engine.
well
What is
howl?
happening? Yeah, exactly.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to know two things actually from you. I want to know your opinion. Let's just take it back real quick
Oh, I knew this would happen.
to Brazil.
Oh, here we go.
Let me know about your opinion. Was the three-way non-sexual car touch, was it sorry, not sorry. Was it worthy of a 10-second penalty, or was it a racing incident?
We talked about before, like the 10 seconds, unfortunately, is the standard, right? So if you're going to get a penalty, it's going to be a 10-second penalty or worse, right?
Right.
And
This is why you have you on. This is why we have you on, Russ.
Yeah.
if you look at the racing rules, okay, like to the letter, that he technically had gotten position on Antonelli. His front wheels, by the time they entered the turn, were at his mirror, at his side pod. Okay. So did he have position? Technically, yes. But I think the stewards were like, dude, and this is in the racing world, you call it a low percentage move. So you have a very
Yes.
low percentage of making
Yes.
that move. And I think that's what the stewards ruled it on, and especially because it caused Antonelli to then take out Leclerc, is where they're like, dude, okay, we get where you were at, but no. Here's a
Yep.
10-second penalty. And, rubbin's racing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is. And going back to what Ayrton Senna said, if you don't go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. Very famous
100%.
quote, right? So I have very mixed feelings on this, and plus I'm a little biased as far as the Oscar Piastri thing. But was it a low percentage move? 100%.
Yes.
I want to ask, we spent a lot of time talking last week about whether the racing guidelines are sensible. And as someone who has raced, we've never raced, I think that the guidelines are over mandating things that I just want them to race. Do you like, that's such a loaded question, but do you like the guidelines?
What I would like them to do is, I think there's too much ambiguity in some of them.
Interesting. Okay.
I think that if they're going to call something, and if they're going to stick to that, then you stick to that. There's no, because there's a lot of, what really makes a lot of F1 fans angry is that they're like, oh, well, they didn't enforce this, but they enforced that on them.
Yes.
And then you get a
Yes.
sense of bias one way or the other.
Yep.
And I think the FIA would pick up a lot of credibility if they call an apple every time.
I think
my
that's
thought.
exactly right. Yeah. And inevitably, it's so funny. You made my point that I made last week without intending to about the racing incident where it being a low percentage move. My point was he didn't full send it. And I think because he didn't completely full send it, it turned it into a low percentage move, like where there was no way he was going to complete it the way that he went after it.
Yep.
I was listening to an interesting podcast with Johnny Herbert and Damon Hill, and they, of course, drove F1 cars several decades ago. So different cars, different styles maybe, but they were talking about the fact that an overtake is made before the apex. And right now the guidelines are judging an overtake based on the apex and how much they're like, well, but that's
Right.
too late. You're making a decision too late. And so that was an interesting insight
Well,
in that.
Well, as a fan, I think we also give them leeway based on their situation too. Like Oscar, I understand why he's doing that. Where he is in the championship, he needs to make some ballsy moves and make some things happen. But it just didn't work out. As a steward, I can't, as an official, you can't do that. You have to, hey, I call it like I see it. And I still think it's insanity that we don't have full-time stewards.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm with you there. I think that is the answer to so many problems. And I just think as a billion-dollar enterprise, why has that not been made a priority?
Yeah.
Seems pretty
I agree.
unclear to me. Okay, so while we're on the McLaren boys, I feel like right now the kind of clear choice is Lando, but do you have a guess for who's going to take this 2025 championship?
So Piastri had an opportunity to really step up and really shine. He has not done that in the last couple of races. Lando has gotten his head right and is doing well. So I can't fault him for that. Again, taking the bias of who I like better out of it, Lando's making it happen.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to do in racing. Like, you can't wait for somebody to hand it to you.
Well, what do you think about the booing? There was I was
no, ma'am.
shocked.
Correct answer.
Correct.
Not okay.
However,
anytime.
yes.
I understand that you love your driver and you want them to win and all that stuff, but there is a sportsmanship level here and a level of what's the word here? Help me out. Class, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Classes are great.
As this level of motorsport, right? And in general,
If we say pinnacle, then be the pinnacle, fans included.
I would think the same way if we were at my kids' T-ball game as we were at F1, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I was shocked when I was in the stands and I heard the jeers for Lando. People were like actively cheering when he crashed and actively booing when Piastri went out. I mean, it was like, it was insanity to me. Anyway,
Do you think Max has any chance now?
Oh,
as someone who always grabs things with both hands.
I mean, let's be honest. How much of that has Max Verstappen, been a part of? Like, people booing him,
That's what it reminds me of.
There's a lot of people, and that happened a lot when we were in the winner's circle. Max Verstappen's name gets brought up, and they start booing, and I'm like, guys, come on, can we not do that as a fan base?
Yep, that'd be great.
Totally against that.
Well, but generally, I feel like we're speaking to people who, if you're listening to us, you're probably not someone who's going to boo. So we're like preaching to the choir here, but it is a frustrating kind of pattern that we're seeing as it becomes a larger and larger viewership.
Yeah.
Then unfortunately, we may be pulling in some things, some practices that we want to make sure we leave. As we change regulations, let's also change the fan behavior.
Well, there's something about crowd mentality too. I mean, it's easy to get swept up. Just like when you're at a concert, you get swept up in the music, you get swept up with the people feeling the energy around you. You get swept up in the rivalry so fast, it happens in the blink of an eye. When I heard people cheering for Lando Norris,
I know you were ready
crashing,
to go to
I was
war.
Like, fuck yeah, like shut up. What is wrong with you? And then of course I started cheering when Piastri crashed because now I have to let them know that that's not okay. So then I act like a bad person too. Well,
We'll just cover you with a Max Verstappen fan. It's okay.
It's just like, it's easy to get in the mud when everyone else is in the mud around you.
Sure.
So this is the PSA to rise above.
Right? Respect your fellow fans. Right?
Respect your fellow fans.
Because the more that we do this, the more it's easy for these old F1 fans to start to gatekeep the sport. Those are the Drive to Survive fans, and that kind of madness they talk about all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm ready to reclaim DTS. We all know. I care about tires.
Tires forever. That's going to be her new tattoo. Didn't you know?
What's
Rachel's
that?
getting a tire. She's going to get a tire tattoo.
Russ, don't listen. No, I am not.
You should get one with us.
Well, hey, look, I'm already in that camp, so.
All right. Well,
incredible.
whatever number it is for you, we'll all get tire tattoos when we all get sponsored.
All right. As long as they're not the rain tires, I'm in.
No. Oh, well, that's a good question. I decided soft.
Oh yeah. What?
Elaine, in my very hypothetical tattoo, it would be a soft tire because I love qualifying.
Well, that's probably not a great tattoo for a guy to get. Let's just be honest.
That's
what I said.
Perhaps not.
I want full hards. Give me the hard tires. We all know what tires we need.
Oh, incredible.
Okay, so what tires would you get, Ross? Would you also get hard tires?
I definitely get the hard tire. Definitely.
Yeah. Go the distance.
Go faster. Well, no. Okay, never mind. In this context, never mind. I'm just gonna walk.
You
all
don't
the way
always
back.
need to go fast.
I like the endurance racers. We'll just put it.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Ross. Endurance.
Okay, to drag it back to racing, will you be working WEC next year? Lone Star Lamar, you were so kind and you gifted us some tickets so we were able to watch that, and it was a really crazy race, and you were
that was
in
wild.
the pit lane.
Well, I mean, just the weather alone just made it nutty, right? They've never had a race like that ever. I mean, just the conditions they're in. There's never been a safety car for an hour and a half.
That was
You know,
insane.
Absolutely crazy. So I'm really looking forward to that next year. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to doing all of these races as a Cadillac fan.
Yeah. It's going to be your time to
the
shine.
Cadillac racing conglomerate. Just got some really cool news here recently. So one of the ways that I got into this whole thing was running tech for a local race series called NASA, National Autosports Association. So we get to see a lot of kids come through that are racing. And there was this one individual, his name's Alec Udell. And I remember this kid rolling over the scales, getting his car weighed, and he's sitting on a phone book to be able to drive.
Precious.
Like, that's how young this kid started. Now he's got multiple championships under his belt in the U.S. and in Europe. And he just got a spot as a sim driver for Cadillac F1.
Nice.
Oh, that's incredible.
We're super excited for him. But that kind of stuff, man, just gets me going. So,
Yep. That's amazing.
It's a lot of fun.
Man, okay, well, we'll have to keep an eye out for his name. That's really exciting.
Yep.
And if you have to pick a Cadillac driver, are you Team Valtteri or Team Checo?
Well, I'm so I was born in 1977. Yes, I'm old. I earned this gray hair, right?
All the
so
more
I'm
racing
going
to
with-
have experienced. That's what I say.
Right, there you go. I'm going to go with Bottas since he's number 77. That's going to be my guy.
Ah, good
Perfect.
answer. Good
Yes.
answer.
Excellent answer.
Oh, that's exciting.
No Kit Kat money here.
Right? But I just like him as a person, too. He's so much fun.
Yes.
Like, he fits so well into the whole American persona anyway.
Yes,
so.
he really
Yes. I unbelievably for a Finnish man.
Both here and also Australia. Like, that man has captured
sure.
the hearts of so many countries that he previously did not belong to, but we now claim him as our own.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I want to know what your predictions are for the Las Vegas GP. Do you think there will be flags, safety cars? Who do you think will do the best on track?
I honestly think unless Max Verstappen gets into something crazy, he's probably it's going to be a good battle between him and Lando, because traditionally the last couple of years, both of them have been pretty quick. Oscar did not like this track last year. No. He was not very fast. So I think it's going to be another battle between Red Bull and McLaren, unless Ferrari can pull something out, which I hope they can, because, oh my God, the drama going on in that camp.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like, oh God, this is a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
I am definitely taking stock of what I like to support in terms of team culture. It's fine. I love Charles Leclerc. It's okay. I'm going to be fine. Yep. 2026 will be our year.
Everything will be fine.
It's funny. I don't know if you guys remember, but Fred Vasseur was like, well, we've changed the drivers. We've changed the car. There's only one thing we haven't changed.
And
now we've got the management of Ferrari talking about the drivers. They need to get it together.
Yep.
I would agree. I would wholeheartedly agree.
Too much potential, too much history there.
Yes.
And I want to see them do well. That's the thing, is I want to see them do well.
Yeah. We all do. Everyone wants to see them succeed.
They usually are good at Vegas, so I am hoping that Charles Leclerc and Lewis decide to say, well, okay, if you don't want me to talk, I'll talk with my car, and I will be everyone.
I felt so bad for him in Brazil. That was uncalled for. That was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamilton's just biding his time till next year. You guys watch. Like, he won all of his championships in non-ground effect cars. So.
Yeah, I'm very much hoping that change really does bring a resurgence for Hamilton, because, as we've said, it is hard watching right now. But you're right. Yep. The man does have 7 titles for a reason.
Can I change the topic yet again? Is Yuki staying at Red Bull?
No, Yuki's going to IndyCar.
Everyone in the room shook their head.
Screw you guys. Yuki for life. Yuki for president. Oh. Where do you think he's going?
I think he's going to Indy.
Yeah.
Yep, I think he's going to IndyCar. There's too big of a tie with Honda there, and I think that, yeah, I think he's done his time in F1, and I think he's going elsewhere. Unfortunately.
Okay, well, this triggers the time for us to go really dive into IndyCar. We're
I
going to
think
need
next
time.
year, right? There you go. Just another motorsport that you need to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Whatever.
I really feel that, I mean, look at the resurgence of the rookies. Look at how well they're doing at the end of this season.
Shocked.
And I really feel like, depending on what happens next season, we're going to see a whole lot of driver changes next year.
Interesting.
After
Okay.
next season. But 2027, I feel like there's going to be a huge driver shuffle.
Well, we still haven't even heard. We're still waiting with bated breath for both Red Bull and V Carbonara. So
Yep. V Carbonara, like that.
I don't know. I can't with their name. All right.
I suppose one last prediction, because you are closer to the engine things. Which engine manufacturer is going to come out on top next season?
I think Mercedes is going to have a very good, it has a very strong engine advantage from what I'm hearing, like the trickle down from that. But we'll have to see there, because there's also, it depends on what Ford does. It depends on how good or bad they end up being. I mean, I know it's not technically a Ford engine that they're putting in there, thank God. Just they're putting their name on the engine.
Yeah.
But that's going to determine a lot, because the strength of the two teams are, like with Red Bull and V Carbonara, what their power plant ends up being is going to make a huge difference in how they're going to place. So,
I'm excited. Here comes the resurgence of Alpine. Just kidding. They're running a Mercedes engine. Who knows?
You never know.
I know they won't be, but
actively trying to find a buyer for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, why have they not? But anyway, Alpine, it wouldn't be a Legs Out episode if we hadn't found a way to
Insult.
Flavio.
Flavio.
Sorry. We think everyone in the team's great. We love you, Pierre Gasly.
Get out of here, Flavio.
I like pretty much everybody in that team except for him.
Yeah.
So they're a lot of fun. There's some really good folks on that team.
Man.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, the heart and soul of Formula One is good.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes gets a little rotten.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to hear your news stories from Vegas. It's going to be, I'm sure, sleep deprived and cold, but very exciting.
Should
Yes.
be a lot of fun. We'll see.
Yes. Please keep us posted. Send us pictures. You're always actually really good about that, especially of my new boyfriend in the Red Bull garage.
I will do what I can.
Thank you. Everyone, you can find Ross on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else. Are you on
YouTube.
social? YouTube.
Go check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot more than just F1 stuff on there. We do a lot of the coverage of the car shows, and there's a lot of good video over there.
Love that. Yes. Well, thank you once again for joining us, Ross.
We always love chatting
I'm
cars with you.
honored that you guys had me again. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Anytime. Thank you. Do you want to do, this always turns out terribly, but do you want to try to do the tagline with us?
Hey, are we going to do the outro?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's definitely do it.
Let's try. You're so excited. Okay. All right. Ready? And with that, it's legs out.
Legs out and away,
And away we go. We'll see you next time.